Shipping is the most widely used medium for transport of goods internationally and will continue to increase. There has been an increase in global ship density by a factor of 4 from the 1990s to recent years. Although shipping is a carbon-efficient transport medium, there is an increasing focus on its broader environmental consequences. Impact on the environment includes emissions from fuel combustion into the air and liquid effluent into the sea. These emissions influence coastal regions and the open ocean. In the project ShipTRASE, Pathways towards a sustainable and equitable use of the oceans, accounting for and minimizing the impacts of global change. We have a multidisciplinary group of scientists using a broad combination of methodologies and a close stakeholder collaboration. ShipTRASE will deliver environmental, legal, and economic assessments of near-term and long-term solutions to emission reduction strategies. We will also deliver multiple stakeholder dialogues aimed to co-design this research and its outcomes for relevant stakeholders at various levels. Despite the lacking information on ocean atmosphere consequences, it is clear that atmospheric ship emissions require regulation. The UN Convention on the Law of the Sea includes ocean pollution via the air and atmosphere into the regulations. Yet, the agreement does not set specific standards in the treaty text. However, shipbuilding and operational standards are introduced, and area-based instruments, such as emission control areas, ECAs, are established. The gradual reduction of sulfur content in fuel or the alternative use of scrubbers to meet emission limits serve to achieve overall emission reductions by limiting possibilities to switch between diesel fuels and light or heavy oil, depending upon the location of the vessel. Here, emission reduction and control mechanisms will be analyzed. The project is divided into two parts. One, the short-term perspective will focus on the near future consequences of the ECAs, where it is likely that the use of scrubbers will increase. And two, the long-term perspective in which alternative fuel, most likely LNG, will be introduced.
Hi, I'm Anna Rutgersson, Professor of Meteorology at Uppsala University. In Uppsala, we will contribute with a marine micrometeorological station at Styrbjörnsholm in the Baltic Sea. We will also do the numerical modeling of the project. To understand the impact of shipping on the ocean, atmosphere, and climate, we need to define scenarios. These scenarios will be developed jointly within the project and based on legal, environmental, and economic considerations. We will then use these scenarios for numerical modeling experiments. These experiments will focus on the long-term and on the short-term impacts of shipping.
Hi, my name is Kent Salo, and I'm responsible for the Chalmers Marine Engine Lab at the Division for Maritime Studies, Chalmers University of Technology in Gothenburg, Sweden. The Marine Engine Lab is equipped with the Volvo Penta marine diesel engine with a full-scale wet scrubber. A wet scrubber is an exhaust gas after treatment system that can be used on board ships to remove sulfur dioxide from the exhaust gas, making it possible to use cheaper fuels with high sulfur contents and lower the emission concentrations to comply with the regulations set by the IMO. However, the use of wet scrubbers on board ships increase the risk for negative impact on the marine environment. In the Chalmers Marine Engine Lab, it is possible to perform experiments, collect and analyze samples of both water and exhaust gas in order to evaluate the environmental impact of wet scrubbers.
Hello, my name is Krista Marandino, and I'm a chemical oceanographer at the Guiomar Helmholtz Center for Ocean Research in Kiel, Germany. My lab group will participate in ShipTRASE by investigating the question, how do stack emissions and scrubber effluent from ships influence the biogeochemical cycling of biogenic trace gases and their air-sea exchange? Biogenic trace gases, such as dimethyl sulfide or DMS and isoprene, are produced and consumed in the surface ocean by marine microbes. Once emitted to the atmosphere, they participate in reactions that influence global climate and air quality. We will perform these investigations using bulk seawater incubation studies that are spiked with stack emissions and scrubber effluent. You can see an example of incubation experiments here on the left-hand side. We will analyze the samples for the trace gases using gas chromatography mass spectrometry, which is pictured in the lower middle picture.
Hello, my name is Nile Matsluk. My team and I are responsible for the legal evaluation of ship emissions within this project. We will start our research by analyzing the existing law on ship emissions on different levels. So we will have a look at the global level, the regional level, and the national level, including regulations on monitoring and compliance control. We will use our analysis, our findings, whether there are deficits in the current system or whether there are gaps that need to be overcome, to make recommendations of how the law should be for improvements. To be able to do so, we will need to integrate our legal research with the other groups. So we will need to draw upon the economic findings, upon the scientific findings to enable us to make viable recommendations. In the last part of the project, the long-term scenarios for a change to alternative fuels, we will need to evaluate different scenarios and need to have a look of the role of law as a governance tool in this process. So either the law here could be a driver, it could trigger new developments on the technological side, on the side of port infrastructure, or it could respond to the changes that are made. So this is one thematic area where the input of stakeholders will be particularly relevant for our legal research.
Hello, my name is Laura Recuero Virto from the École Polytechnique at Paris. We are going to contribute to this project on the economic analysis. In particular, we're going to develop cost-benefit analysis to investigate the effectiveness of sulfur emission control areas by comparing the Baltic Sea SECA area with an unregulated area, the English Channel. We are doing this analysis first on the short term to explore the impact concerning the increased use of scrubbers, and secondly, on the long term to analyze the impact concerning the use of alternative fuels.
Hi, my name is Sonja Endres. I'm a project manager in the Maritime Cluster Northern Germany, a network of 350 maritime members. The cluster promotes and develops cooperation within the maritime industry in Northern Germany and with our Scandinavian neighbors. We strongly support technology transfer and knowledge exchange between research and industry, and we provide a network platform for stakeholders to interact. In ShipTRASE, we will have to establish a reference group together with our Swedish partners, spanning compliance monitoring authorities, ship owners, ship suppliers, and NGOs. This stakeholder group will provide insights to get a more comprehensive understanding of the various challenges in future ship emission reduction measures, and it would help to specify relevant research questions. For example, the exact parameters to monitor the long-term impact of shipping during this project. By the end of the project, we hope to provide profound knowledge for economic and political decisions to stakeholders and an action plan that will foster an environmental-friendly shipping industry.